Let me now bring in NewsNation media contributor Steve Krakauer, executive producer of The Megyn Kelly Show. Steve, prominent media outlets are now being accused of covering up this attack. You got Elon Musk among those slamming the New York Times, the AP, Wall Street Journal, and others for not even covering the story. How are you diagnosing this lack of coverage and interest in the case?
Yeah, people talk a lot about political bias in media coverage. And I think one of the more undercovered versions of bias is a bias of omission. What doesn't get covered by certain media outlets? To NewsNation's credit, obviously this is a massive story and it should be covered. But what we've seen, and I did a little sweep this morning before we just got on, and what we're starting to see is the kind of coverage like Axios put out today, which is Charlotte murder ignites MAGA's crime story. Like, it is now being framed as a MAGA story. This is all part of the narrative that they're going to be pushing now, which is not covering the story itself, but covering the reaction to the story. And I think that's it's telling. But I also think that it's important that this story gets shine a light on, because first, there are various angles to it that make it a real story here, a real national story.
And you think about also quite a contrast in how this murder on public transit in Charlotte is being handled versus the wall-to-wall media coverage that we saw of the Daniel Penny case in New York City. What are the different factors here that that lead to not any reporting on this from so many outlets who covered the other?
Yeah, well, I think we'd obviously be remiss to not discuss the racial aspect of this, which I think is clear, no matter what. But I also think that there is the fact that this is a repeat offender, and I mean not just like had a little bit of a crime, one thing in this past, but numerous of chances where this person could not be continually out on the street, and yet he was, and that raises a lot of questions about how certain, whether it's a political party or whether it's a system, a philosophy that is letting criminals back on the street to potentially commit more crimes, and whether that's American citizens, whether that's immigrants. This is part of that story, and I think not to now politicize it again, but this is what we're hearing a lot about right now with the Trump administration when it comes to cleaning up cities with crime. Immigration raids, we're hearing about Chicago and others. There is, and the reason we're having this conversation is because it is just a winning issue. Most Americans, I think the latest polling is somewhere over 70% of Americans believe that crime is a major problem in large cities. And videos like this, and it doesn't matter if the crime stats say, well, 20%, it's a 20% reduction in murder. Well, okay, what does that mean? That doesn't necessarily make people feel safer, and it also doesn't really account for what those actual numbers are. So yes, I think this is just a sad and perfect video example of what many people in America are feeling.
Yeah, and also, you and I have been on air for a couple years now talking about, the eroding of trust in media these days, and what something like this or a lack of coverage does, to that as well. Steve Krakauer, I got to end it there, but thank you so much as always.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.